Hello guys, welcome back. I'm out today just harvesting some fat wood and some birch bark. Come to a woodland I know of. It's quite near houses and stuff, so I don't come here for like bushcrafting and things. You do get dog walkers, but it's a nice woodland because it's mainly pine and birch, so I can harvest as much as I want here, as long as I'm, you know, not too obvious about it. The main reason I'm out though is to do a video I've been meaning to do for some time now, which is some of my more commonly used bits of kit that I get the most comments about. So the things that you guys have been asking about, maybe they haven't had a dedicated video or something, so I thought I'd just go through a few bits in one video and yeah, just show you my experience of using them over the years. I think most of them are at least a year old or more. Yeah, so we'll go through some of them. The first thing I may as well talk about are the gloves I use. They're in pretty much every video, and I've just swapped over, so what better time to have a look at them. So these are Wells Lamont, and yeah, they're just leather work gloves basically. Get them, they're very soft like this. You've got your suede palm there. Mine are large, and they fit me like a glove. Yeah, I find these brilliant for just carrying wood around, processing wood, that sort of thing. Mine get very mucky because of all the campfire work I do, and they'll stiffen up like this as well. So that's like the oils as well from cooking and everything getting on them. And I mean, these are perfectly usable. I just thought I'd get some new ones because I do handle food with them and stuff. But they're so durable, they're so good. I'll pick up coals with them, Dutch oven lids, you name it, I do it with them. Obviously they're not like a welding glove, but you can handle things quickly and stuff, no problem whatsoever. So they are Wells Lamont, and as with everything here, I'll try and put a link below if I can find one. Next up we've got my saw that I use the most, certainly of late, and that is the Silky Big Boy. It gets quite a lot of comments because you don't usually see folding saws quite this big, although they do even bigger. It's 360mm blade length, as you can see, is quite large. I went with medium teeth, which is softwood, but you can get more teeth for hardwood, which I probably should have done, but you can change the blades, although it is expensive. I'll give you a little comparison here. So this is the Big Boy folded compared to a Bucko Laplander, which most people have seen. And you have your lock here. That's it extended. You can barely see it on there. And that's your press lock for the Laplander. So you can see you've got like well, twice the length in blade there, which obviously helps a lot when cutting large material. I love these, and they're great for a day like today, getting some fat wood and being discreet about it. But for getting real work done, I take this. They are usually about £60, maybe just over. Again, I'll add a link if I can find one. Next up we've got my lightweight backpacking chair. You've probably seen these before in other videos and stuff. You can see it's not very big, what's that, 30 centimetres probably. I'll put the exact measurements on screen if I can find this model, which is kind of a no brand. You'll see lots and lots of these by lots and lots of different companies, and they range from about £15 English, up to over £100 for some branded ones. I don't really see the difference. Some will have like the spreaders on the bottom that stop them sinking in soft ground, which is a plus. I think the OEX one does that from Go Outdoors, and I may get one of them even though they cost, I think, £50–60 compared to this one which was £15. So we'll see. I think you can buy them on their own to fit these. Yeah, so if I get it out here, you have the seat itself and the frame. So you can see that just snapped together pretty quickly. You take your seat, work out what way round it goes. You just hook these over. There you go. Best thing about these is that they're lightweight. You get back support, which is so important when camping and out and about. You really do get a bad back if you don't have any back support. One of the legs did bend on mine, but it's only ALE, so I bent it back and it was fine. And yeah, so something that fits in a bag that big, they are a good camp luxury if you can afford to pack it. Does look a bit like a kid's chair though. I'll see if I can find this model from Amazon and put a link if I can. If not, I'll put some similar ones in the description so you can have a look at them yourselves. You've all seen this before on nearly every camp I do. It's the therm-a-rest stuff sack pillow. Now you're probably more used to seeing it the inside out way. But yeah, it's got this cordura fabric on the outside, and if you turn it inside out, it's a nice fleece material. So the idea, use it as a stuff sack. I use it for anything I wear at night. So things like, typically I would have thermals, the top and bottoms, gloves, I didn't put it all in this time, but a hat, a fleece, a micro fleece top, and that's generally about it. And yeah, so it will carry that in your pack, and then you'll get to camp, put on your nightwear, turn this inside out, stuff it with even your day clothes or your jacket if you want, even if it's wet, because you've got this cordura, and then you've got quite a nice pillow to lay on. I don't like the, I'll get rid of this because it's full of birch bark. I don't like the inflatable pillows, I just can't get comfortable on them, so this is great, and you don't really actually have to bring anything extra. I mean, the stuff sack itself is 68 grams, tiny, and obviously useful. So yeah, I think you can pick these up for about £15. Again, I'll try and find a link and stick it below. That's the therm-a-rest stuff sack pillow. Brilliant. It's a game changer for me. Okay, so here we have the Halterfors Forest Axe. I'm not sure exactly what model this one is. I actually got it off of a friend, online sort of buddy. But yeah, it's the Forest Axe by Halterfors. It is the perfect size. I think the length is, the overall length is about 51 centimetres. I'm not sure the weight, 0.85. I'll double check and stick it on the screen. But yeah, Swedish axe, comes with the leather sheath. or mask, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't come with the collar. I need to make one because I've already knocked it. This came with me to Sweden and performed brilliantly. It's not overly heavy, you wouldn't really want to carve with it, but it is good multi-use kind of camp axe. Yeah, processing wood, you've seen me use this many a time. It's hard for me to go back to the small sort of carving sized axe now, having this for processing bigger material. But yeah, I do love this. I'm not sure the price because I got it off of a friend, so whatever information I'll put on screen or below if you expand the details there. But yeah, it's a very nice axe. I compared it to the Granvers, the one that Simon Bloke in the Woods got, which is like a direct kind of model comparison, I guess, really, which is a tiny bit lighter. I just found this had a bit more weight for that swing and was a bit easier to chop. But yeah, Holfter's Forest Axe. Right, this is my Lux Hex Peak tent. Sil Hex Peak version 4A. You've seen me use this 100 times. I've had it 2 years, I think. Love it. It's a brilliant tent. As you can see, packs down real small, real light. You can put it up in so many different places. It's just brilliant. I tend not to use the inner. It's not in here, this is just the outer and the pegs. You can get a pole for it, though I tend to use a trekking pole. Problem with that is if you're not used to using a trekking pole, you don't always take one. It's an easy thing to forget. If you go into a woodland like this, no problems. You can find a bit of wood the right length. If you're like I was on the moors a couple of weeks ago and I forgot it, or I forgot it, bought another one that broke, then you're in stum because there was no wood there at all. But yeah, generally speaking, I love this tent. It's held up to a lot, really high winds, obviously rain and stuff. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a horse. But yeah, holds up to a lot. Obviously the pyramid shape is a really strong shape. You can guy it out from the middle as well. I've got some details, because I forget this sort of thing. The price seems to vary, 170 to 200-ish pounds. 137 centimetres higher when erected, 233 centimetres width across. It's nylon ripstop. The outer, the flyer, is 660 grams, so it's nothing. The inner 600 grams, if you want to take that. Best for summer, spring, when you've got the bugs and stuff. The steak's 84 grams. You can, alternatively, like I have, I've got the bathtub ground sheet for it as well, which just hooks onto the inside. That's really good. Yeah, so it's lightweight backpacking, I think, is the website that sells it in the UK at least. I'll link that below and you can have a look at it yourself. But yeah, I love this tent, that's why you see me use it so much. This is the knife you'll see me use the most on this channel. It's a Condor Bushlaw. I've had it 2 or 3 years, I can't remember, and you'll have seen me build camps with it, process wood for fires, make spits, carve even when I haven't got my carving set. I do like this knife. A few things to go over with it, but yeah, we've got belt loop here, no dangler, which would have been nice. There's the knife itself. Yeah, it's a bit of a Woodlaw clone, if you know that knife. So it's got the Scandi grind, which I like because I find that very easy to sharpen. Wood handle, full tang. It's a good, capable knife. It's usually around £60 here in the UK. It's high carbon steel. The blade is 10.7 centimetres and 3mm thick. And it's overall 24 centimetres. Comes in at about 170 grams. A couple of things I want to say about this knife are I've had no issues with it whatsoever, but I've heard some people say that the metal can be a little bit soft. Now I wouldn't say it's the hardest knife in the world, but I don't have to sharpen it all that much. So I think that's probably something to do with the manufacturing process, some coming out a bit better than others. I have resharpened the spine a couple of times for doing for a rod, but I mean, I like this knife. That's my opinion of the one I have. I've heard others say that they can be soft. I can't speak for that, but yeah, for the price I think it's great. Here we have something you've seen me use a few times on the channel, or two things actually, may as well talk about both. This is my Bushbox. It's a folding twig burner, wood stove, whatever you'd like to call it really. This one is the XL titanium version, and you just pull it apart. Your ashtray will fall down into place, and then a grill. You have a feeder hole on the front. You have these, I'm not sure what they call them, fire sticks or something, which go on top as a pot rest, pot holder. You can pick up the stove with them when it's hot, if you need to move it. You can also thread these all the way through from one side to the other, and when you put the two in, you can put a Trangia burner or Esbit burner on there, so you can use it with one of them as well. This is the small griddle plate that you can put on the top. Put it that way round. That'll allow you to cook directly over coals, so steak, chicken, you know, kebabs, whatever have you. Or you can just put a pan on top like I most often do with this. This is a very well engineered product. I love the way it does fold. Everything about it is quality. Slight bit of warpage from the heat, but generally you can just bend it back. It's absolutely fine. This one is the XL titanium version, and obviously that's going to save you some weight. I think most people would be fine with the normal version, not the XL, to be quite honest. And obviously that in itself is a weight saving if you didn't want to go for the titanium. Yeah, my experiences have been good. You've seen me use it a lot. Very handy bit of kit. Now this is the Bushbox EDC, I think. It's very similar to a Trangia triangle. I've used this one probably even more so than the other because of its versatility. It's a little fiddly to put together, which is one good thing about the folding one. I've not actually used this in a little while, so I've probably lost the knack. Yeah, that's the way I did it. There we go, that's it together. This thing weighs nothing. You've got a feeder hole in the front there. It's obviously meant to use with hexi blocks or a Trangia stove. You do have a pot stand as well, cup stand. I actually keep with it some mesh, and this blocks the front and the top there, and you can use it with the kitty litter pellets. And as long as you've got some kind of fire lighting source, that works quite well as well, burns a long time. Right, so I've just put it on a stump here. I've put the bottom down to the bottom slit, so you've got 3 different heights. And this is a Esbit burner, not a Trangia one, but the exact same sort of thing. Stick that in there. I'm going to actually need to use my portable emergency lighter today. It's a little fiddly. Yep, well lit. goes your cup. I think these specifically made to fit a GSI style cup. Fits perfectly in there and is supported. While I've been sat here chatting away, I've been cooling down a bit. It is winter and it is quite cold today. I may as well show you the hat. This is a Buffy hat. Yeah, by Buffy Fletcher. It's 100% wool. First saw it, Simon, Bloke in the Woods, he had one as well, and recommended it, so I went over and got one myself. And they are so warm, it is nice. And they're not too itchy or anything either. You can put on like a bandana or a buff or something under it if you wanted to. But yeah, they do various colours. You can get it from Ben Orford's website, I think. Again, I'll link below, I'll have a look. But yeah, it's lovely. They do some nice designs as well. Really warm hat. I don't wear this one at night because it's just too warm, I find, like when I'm in the sleeping bag. But yeah, for round camp and that, it's brilliant. Lovely. That's definitely warming me up. Nice hot chocolate. One thing I do get asked a lot is the clothing I wear. I've done a video on some of it a while back, over a year ago I think. Everything today except the hat, so the shirt, the trousers, the boots, even the belt actually, are all by Solognak. Pronunciation, it's French so I can't do it. It's sold by Decathlon here in the UK. I think it's in Canada and Europe as well, but not in the United States as far as I'm aware. They are a hunting brand, basically, the hunting brand of Decathlon. And yeah, they do some really heavyweight, heavy wearing clothing. I mean, this shirt is like a jacket. It's not padded or anything, it's reinforced, but it's very nice. You got the pockets as well. These trousers, reinforced trousers. I've got about 3 different types by them and a couple of them. And I've got my winter waterproof boots on that I did put in a video before. I'll link that below as well, why not? But yeah, I mean, compared to something like Fjallraven, the quality is still brilliant and the price is much more affordable. I mean, compared to some other brands, it's ridiculous how cheap these are, and they are hard wearing. They've got waterproof stuff, reinforced stuff, you name it, they've got it. I've even got things like their boot bag for in the truck, for putting the muddy boots in and stuff. So yeah, check out their gear. It's really good against brambles and things like that. I love it. The waterproof winter thermal kind of lined stuff has really got me out the shtick a couple of times. Just saviour. But yeah, people ask me about especially the trousers a lot, and it's all Solognak pretty much. There's a couple of other things. My pinewood shirt, I could show in another video if you're interested in that, but yeah, I wear mainly Solognak now. Oh, right, so I'm going to finish this and we'll look at the final thing, which is the pack, probably the thing people ask about the most. This is the LL Bean Continental rucksack. I'll just start off by reading you a couple of the details here. So mine's about £90. You get free shipping to the UK over a certain amount, so that's fine. It's khaki coloured, I believe, is what they call this one. They've got other colours now they didn't have before, and most of them are hideous. They say it's 33 litres. I don't know if that's just the main section without the pockets. I'm guessing so, to be honest, because these are litre pockets. It weighs £2 8 ounces, so I'll convert that on the screen. 600 denier polyester lined with 210 denier nylon. Has a reinforced bottom. That's a durable 600 denier nylon. Has recurve padded straps. An air mesh back panel. And they do another one, which is the one I did actually want, but I didn't want to stretch to the money for it, and that's a wax canvas version that I'll show you on the screen. Has leather trim, it's olive green, and has faux sheepskin straps on it, but that's more than double the amount. I think it's about £220. So with them details out the way, I'll just go over my one here and show you kind of how it kind of works. To be honest, I use it as a day pack pretty much. You can camp with it. You can put stuff on the top in the straps, and you have straps on the bottom if you want to hang stuff from it, like a bedroll or something. But I tend to use it as a day pack mainly. On the side you can see you've got a strap here, and behind the pocket there's a hole that goes all the way behind there, and that's for having your axe in. Obviously that's a bit hard to use in the UK, so yeah, obviously what country you're in is going to decide if you're carrying an axe around on show. So yeah, they're just reinforced. You've got the plastic reinforced pieces there, so that's going nowhere with the weight of any axe. You've got a big pocket on the front and two on the sides. I'll show you the side ones first. They fit a Nalgene perfectly, so that's why I'm saying they're 1 litre pockets. So you can fit a Nalgene and a nesting cup absolutely perfectly, and it's not too much struggle to get them in and out. Even when you've packed the bag quite tightly. This side you can carry an axe as well. It's the same setup, I assume, depending on how you've packed the bag, or if you're carrying 2 axe or axe shaped things, don't know. On the front you've got a bigger pocket. I tend to keep fire kit and stuff in here. Today I've got camera gear, and you can see that kind of lining, which does feel quite waterproof. And that's why I've stuck these patches on rather than sew them. On the side here you can see we've got this flap and a hole, so you've got a bit of a rain shield on there, and that's for having your straw come out for any bladder you might want to use. Not something I really use, but it is there if that interests you for day hikes and stuff. And if I spin it round, you can see the recurve shaped straps, and this is that air mesh they talk about, padded, which is quite nice. You've got a sternum strap on there, and you've got a waistband strap as well, which you can pull to tighten. When I bought this, I must admit I got it for how it looked, and I didn't imagine it would be as comfortable as it is. It's one of the most comfortable packs I've got. I love it. I really do like the way, I don't know if it just fits me perfectly or what, but I find it really comfortable. So if I loosen these straps, you can immediately see there's a pocket here, and this is fleece lined as well, so that's probably quite good for batteries in the winter. If I loosen this drawstring, we lift this pocket, you can see there's a strap here, and that just holds down the back pocket, which I always put my sit mat in, and gloves, things like that, because that's against your back, so that pads you from any weird shaped things you've got in here. And then you've just got one big space inside. I've obviously just got the bits I'm talking about today in here, but it fit all of that perfectly. So you know, that was a tent, stuff sack, pillow, axe, saw, gloves, all of that stuff. There's just a look at that reinforced bottom, and like I said, you've got straps on the bottom here. They are not the longest, especially when the pack is fully packed, so you would probably actually want to support something on here by its own straps, and pull these as tight as you can. So if you do have a bedroll or something like that, it would need to have like its own kind of leather strap system to put on there, which is something I'm looking into doing with, to maybe camp with this in the summer, use this external space a bit. But yeah. That's the LL Bean Continental. You can all stop asking me about it now. I hope that's answered some of the questions you guys have had about some of the kit I use. As I say, most of this stuff is 2 or more years old, I'd say, except maybe the LL Bean pack, it's probably about a year. All this stuff comes out with me very often, and I use it a lot. Stuff like the gloves I might replace every year. yeah, the other stuff's all original, I believe, as I bought it. If you've enjoyed this video, let me know if there's anything else of my kit that you want to see me talk about below in the comments, and I'll get out with a few more bits, because I don't want to do loads and loads of review videos. So I just thought I'd talk about some of the kit I use over the kind of long-term usage and how it kind of holds up really, and kind of what I carry on using. Not been paid or asked to do this video. If I do leave an Amazon link, it'll be an affiliate link which costs you nothing, but I get a commission. But yeah, honest opinions and just bits of kit that I like and use a lot that you ask about. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.